Hi, welcome back. In this video we will see what is data modeling and we will see how to create cardinalities, what are the relationships and all the processes inside Power BI. So first I will give you some introduction about that concept, and then we will jump into the Power BI and we will see in the real application how we can make the relationships, how this works, and how we can make the decision for the active and inactive you can say relationships in that particular module. Okay, so data modeling is basically something where we make the relationships with other tables, right? You have multiple schemas here, but the most important schema which is most widely used is Star Schema. And if you are familiar with it, you knew that this is the most famous one, and we will cover this particular schema here. So how this look likes, I will show you in the next slide here. Yes. Okay. A data model connects your tables so they work together. So basically, if you have multiple tables, okay, inside your sheets or CSV, Excel workbooks, whichever the sheets format is. So basically in this particular module, you will require one single fact table that will basically contain all the records that are related to all of them. Basically these are dimension tables and this is fact table, right? So every time whenever you make the Star Schema, you will be having one single fact table and multiple dimension table. Now how it works: dimension table contains some primary keys. Every table contains one primary key that will go into this table and that will become foreign key for this table, and this table will connect all of these tables simultaneously at this single particular point. And if this table wants something that is inside this particular table, this will directly not be connected with that table, but it can reach out those values through this fact table, right? Basically this is the whole process how it works. And if you go to the other schemas, the scenarios will be might difficult for the parent child entities like hierarchy wise in the Snowflake and the other schemas. But the most important and the most useful schema here is Star Schema that looks like this. And when we will be jumping into Power BI, you will see the layout looks like this. Okay, so now the next point here is we have multiple relationships like one to many, where we send our one single source that will get all the information. Basically many means all the records from the other table, right? So one person is going to some institute and getting all the information from that institute is basically one to many relationship, right? And there is the other one that is many to one, that contains like many sources go to meet one single boss, right? So basically this is I'm talking about all the concept that is in tables instead of some institute. This is just for the sake of example. And if you go for the many to many, that is the most rare, because this makes some more conflicts and messy logic. So that's why people and even mostly schemas don't suggest you to make many to many, because in this you will be getting more harder part and you will be getting too much less approach to your credibility about the data set, because you will lose some hold on your data set. So the most important and the most suggested relationship and cardinality is one to many. Now we will jump into Power BI so we can see how we can make the relationships and what exactly this works into the real-time application. So here we are in Power BI, and I have loaded some data sets. If I show you here, I have 7 tables, 1 2 3 4 5 6, oh, sorry, 6. Okay, 6 tables I have here that is in my model. So you knew that how we can import data sets into the Power BI. So that's how I have imported, like get data and go to the option whichever you have the data set and just import them into the model and just go to this model view. Basically this is the place where we make the relationships, right? So if you see here, I have customer ID, and if you see I have order ID, and I will might be having my customer ID as well here. Yeah, so this is my fact table and these all are my dimension tables. So when I just drag my this entity to this particular entity, if you see, it will ask me in a pop-up, you want to create one relationship between both of these tables. Which relationship do you want? So basically these are the indications for the all the records that I have inside the tables, and this is cardinality, where one to many, many to many, many to one, all the relationships are here, whichever you want to make. So in my scenario, I want to make one to many, as I already committed that this is the most recommended relationship that will help you in Star Schema. So we will use one to many here and just save it, right? Okay, this will save my this relationship and it will create. So if you see, you can see here there is one star here. Star basically indicates that many. Okay, so here if you see there is one. Okay, if I show you, yeah, here you can see one, and there is star. Star means many, one to many. This indicates this particular relationship. Okay, now I have order ID here, and I have order ID in my fact table as well. So it will allow me to make the relationship again. So I will again make the one to many relationship and make it save. This will create again my relationship. Now what's the purpose of data modeling? Why we need the relationships? We want to access the other tables as well during our visualization tasking, right? So here I have review ID, and if you see I have order ID here, and I can connect with the order ID with the review ID. Yes, because on orders we collect the reviews, so that's why we will be creating our relationship with the order ID. This will also generate my relationship. And seller ID, if you see here I have seller ID, yeah, this one. So I will just make this relationship as well in the same way, one to many. Okay, so now this product data set is here that contains product ID. And if you see, do we have product ID? Yes, we have the product ID. So we can make one to many relationship with this as well. So in these simple steps, you can make the relationship with that particular table that is a fact table. So if you see, it is creating the visually star or not. You can see this is similar to our this particular visual that I show you recently for the fact table. This is the factor for the star schema, sorry. So now if you see, yes, it's similar to that picture, so you can relate to it. And even when you have 20 or 30 records of tables, like you have 30 files and you want to make them all connected, and you can make a complex project. So you also can follow this particular approach by you but in that scenario you can connect all the fact tables with each other. So this will become galaxy schema, but this will similar to this particular module. Okay, so now here the question is how we can check either the connection is live or active or not. So basically the plain lines show that the relationship is active, right? So if I see, I can make the other, okay, customer ID here. I have the customer ID. Okay, when I create customer ID with the product ID, it means that is some other relationship that I want to make. So how would you do this, and how we will be getting our output for the active or inactive relationships, how we can indicate them? So customer ID and with the product ID. So here it's asking me make this relationship active or not. For the time being I will not make it active, because every time at one single time you can make only one relationship be live, right? So be active. So if I go for the save button here, it will work on it and give me a dotted line. If you see here, basically this is representing that the connection is not live right now. And when I just make this relationship inactive, okay, by unchecking this particular option, and I will be getting chance to make my other connection be live. Okay, so now I can make it live. Okay, so here you can see, now in this way you can make the cardinalities be live or active or inactive. Okay, but this is good for the for the static reports, but it's not recommended for the dynamic reports or the bigger projects, because if you are doing this thing with the dynamic sort of dashboard or project, it will not reflect all the values to the dashboard, right? So if you see, these are the changes that I have created right now. With this it's affecting my dashboard. If you see here, I have a dashboard, it's not giving me all these values correctly, right? So that's how you lose the hold on your values, right? So if I go to my dashboard section, you can see my missing values are here. So it's not reflecting all my dashboard values and KPIs, it's affecting all the visuals, right? So that's why this is not recommended for the dynamic version of any report. You can make this first you can practice on it and then make the things happen on real-time data. You can get data sets from kaggle.com, right? You can get datasets from GitHub. You can get datasets from many sources over the internet. And yes, if you like the video, like it, share with your friends, and comment if you want more videos like this. I will make the other videos as well on these topics, right? So that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.